All of a sudden, we started like feeding each other the tacos. Welcome to Allegedly with your host, Katie and Dakota.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome.
So, what do we have rolling today?
All right, we're talking about kissing.
A little lovey-dovey kiss.
A little, a little lovey-dovey, a little kiss, a little smack on the, you know what.
So, I think we'll just kind of jump in. What do you think as far as kissing? Do you think kissing is a very big deal?
Not really. Do you?
No.
Do you
I
think
think
this is you know when people say like they like we hooked up?
yeah.
Do you consider that a part of the definition or no? Like what do
No.
you okay, I agree.
Hooking up is sex.
I
Hooking up is all the way, all of the bases have been touched. We've done all the things.
hooking
Like
up is baseball.
exactly. And you got a home run.
hooking up is
there
baseball.
but I guess maybe when you're younger, well, I guess I never when I was younger and I had not had sex, I still haven't had sex, but we gotta save face here. Um, no, but when I was younger, I feel like I still never used we hooked up because I was kind of like, well, what does that
Yeah, I
mean?
agree, same.
And I feel like maybe in high school, people would say we hooked up, and they were talking about more like making out, not necessarily a peck,
Right.
but still, like, sorry, you weren't making out. You were just doing like a daily checklist item.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Um, yeah, I don't think it's a very big deal. I think probably before I had ever kissed someone, I
Ooh.
thought it was I thought that it was this huge monumental thing, but after after we got that out of the way,
Right.
then it was kind of just like a daily checklist item,
Wake up, brush teeth, kiss.
Wake up, kiss a boy, tie my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, cool. Well, do you think that like when you're talking about kissing someone, do you like a lot of people I feel like put rules. So,
Really?
well, okay, this is what made me think of this is the
Maybe this
the
this could be a bad thing. I didn't know there were rules.
no, I don't think there is, but okay, this is kind of silly, but I was thinking of the Chris Lane song where he's like
Sing it
I'm
for
gonna
us. Sing
sing.
it for.
I'm gonna sing, and this is gonna be embarrassing. Um, he's like, "Tell me this: do you kiss on the first date? Don't hold your
Oh,
hand."
okay.
Uh, so it kind of made me think, like, is there restrictions? Because I never like. I think I'm more of a moments person,
Yeah, I agree.
and so like, if the mood is right, like if we just shook hands and we're feeling it, like sometimes you don't even shake hands with someone and all of a sudden you're kissing them.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I've never really thought that there was like a rule. Like I've never been like, "Oh, I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
I think that I have also been a very in the moment person and to be honest, like I don't really even know like if whatever I've like qualified as a date, quote unquote, like I've kissed on the first or not. Like I don't even remember, don't even really know.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
and I think probably going to college maybe kind of broke those. Well, I mean, like I had kissed multiple people before going to college.
Right.
Like inside or outside of dating settings, just because started
You'd let your hair
partying
down.
I was letting my hair down, but like started partying and stuff in high school, and sorry to my parents, but shout out to my parents. Little plug. No, but I think that once I probably started doing that, like those kind of extracurriculars, then maybe any idea of what had been framed when I was younger of like, oh, you should like wait to kiss someone.
Yep.
Kind of went away.
Well,
Because then like all of a sudden you're in college and if you're at ASU, you're on Mill and you're kissing someone you don't know, and then yeah.
I think the same, but I think I don't know, I didn't even start partying really until later on. So I think that, like, for me, I think what
she was straight edge.
Well, I was. But then also, like, I would say even in college too, like, I just was not even like focused on like relationships at all. Even just like any of that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like for the longest time I was like focused on me, or like improving me, or just like having fun as an individual. And
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like I think most people would consider me like a late bloomer, which is like kind of awkward to say, but like I actually really like that. Like, I really like that about like the way that I've kind of moved in that space, you know?
Yeah, you're just kind of,
So
slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, I honestly think that, like, I have no shame in any of that as well.
Yeah, I think, well, I guess when I was thinking about when I first kissed someone, I felt like I was a late bloomer, so it made me
when do you
feel insecure.
I'm sure, I guarantee you probably kissed someone before I did.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I'm scared to reveal.
Oh,
now we're having like a purity contest.
Who's more pure? I was 25.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm 25 right now.
Oh.
You're like, oh.
I was just confused for a second there.
No, the first time I kissed someone, like real kiss, I think I had probably maybe like pecked friends.
See, that's what I was gonna say. That's the exact same story for me.
As like a friend kiss when I was like young, but like my first real kiss was when I was 15.
Oh, I think mine was like 17, maybe. I think.
Ooh, I'm less pure.
I think
we're all shocked. We are all shocked.
I think mine was like 17 or even 18, somewhere around there. I potentially didn't. I honestly have like no notable like little pecks or anything like that in my memory. You know what I mean? But even like this kiss wasn't even like a romantic kiss. It was just like more of like a funny, like drunk, like, I don't know. I think it was like, kind of like that.
Why don't you share with the class?
Okay. So it was like immediately after like graduating high school. Like throughout high school, I never really was in like a serious relationship at all. And then after that, like I had a really strong friend group, and we started hanging out, and we started doing some extracurricular activities. And then
you were getting wasted.
And so then at that point, let me just like, see, I don't even really know if this counts, but I guess like anything counts, I guess, that you can remember. So I remember we were drinking, and we got one of those like Taco Bell party packs.
Okay.
So we got the Taco Bell party packs, and we were like sitting on the floor and eating them. And then I remember all of a sudden we started like feeding each other the tacos.
Oh no.
And then we just started sharing little taco kisses after that.
Oh, we love a taco kiss. Let me ask you.
What?
How was I said, let me ask you a question.
Okay, ask. Break it down.
how was the taco? Like, did the taco taste good?
The Taco Bell never really disappoints as far as taste goes, you know?
So I'm just wondering, like, was there, we're gonna just dive into this. Like, was there tongue involved? Could you taste the other person's taco? Like,
I
what
think
was
that there
the
was really no
situation?
taste. There was like no taste buds were firing off. I think that there was, but it was more of just like this is hilarious. Like there was like I feel like there was like laughter.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
got it. And were you like, I mean, did you have a moment where you're like, this is the first person I'm kissing,
No,
or it was just
no.
kind of whatever?
It was more like how am I gonna get another taco?
Honestly, your story just like applies so much to you as a
I know,
person,
doesn't
and I
it?
think that's
I know.
so
I think
funny.
yeah, it was. I mean that's it. It's kind of funny, but I honestly can't even remember like when the next time it happened. You know, I don't even know when it like became serious. You know, like when I had like my first like romantic kiss. Because I
Yeah,
think that everything has just kind of been like somewhere on the spectrum in between that. You know,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
when the first time I like popped my leg. You know.
Have you seen Princess
Yeah.
Diaries? when when the gum
Yeah.
gets stuck.
Like I think I've popped my leg a time or two, but I just don't know when the first one was.
It's just a little
Mm-hmm.
foot pop. You know, in all my days of kissing, in my 10 years, oh my gosh, it's my 10-year anniversary of kissing
Same.
people. Can we get an applause track?
Yeah, same.
Oh, congratulations to me. I don't know that I've ever paid attention for a foot
I
pop.
know.
I'm gonna have to apply that to my steps.
you
Kiss man, pop foot.
you think your Fitbit will keep track of that guy? So when was yours?
Well,
Or what was the scenario of yours?
I was 15. So I was, at the time I was a sophomore in college. I mean in high school. Wow.
She's smart.
She was advanced. No, so I was a sophomore in high school. The guy was a senior in high school. So I was already, I think we had met maybe in the halls of school. I wasn't super, cool or anything. I had a good group of friends, but I was still newer. I had only been in Arizona for 2 years, I think. So I think I probably met this guy literally in the halls of school. I don't even remember how I met him. But so I'll tell the story, but just something very notable. He's got the same name as my dad.
Oh.
And let me just say, kind of traumatizing that my first kiss has the same name as my dad, but it's fine. All love. Anyway, so he was a senior, and
Did you call him daddy?
we no, absolutely not. That makes me want to vomit. But so he, however we met, I don't know, but he came to pick me up and told me that we were gonna go on an adventure. He was a big adventure guy. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And I think like he was very attractive, but what was even more attractive about him was that he drove a Rubicon Jeep. And I was like, I love this.
You know that's my job, right?
Yeah, I do. I just don't have the same feelings for you as I did for this man. I'm so sorry. So we drive up to this like lookout spot in Tucson, and I had never kissed anyone before, and I was super just like naive, I guess. So we pull up to this lookout. It's obviously nighttime, dark outside, and he parks the car and he like turns and looks at me, and I was so nervous. the first thing I said was, "Oh, what a nice view."
Oh wow.
And And then he just like looks at me, and he had already kind of like leaned in a little bit, but I didn't know what to do. I was so scared, so awkward. And he just like looked at me all weird and was basically like, yeah.
I agree.
I don't know. Then he like, started kissing me tongue
Oh wow.
immediately. And I'm like, oh, we're doing this. So we are like making out for, a few minutes probably. And then he stops and he's like, wait, I have a question.
He
And I'm
knew
like,
right
what?
away.
And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, have you ever kissed someone before? And I'm like, in my mind, I went through a mental breakdown of like, oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I don't know what I'm doing, because I didn't. And I go, no, I've kissed a ton of people.
So many.
And in that moment, I mean, thank God he didn't challenge me. I would have been like, I don't know, just you right now. But in that moment, I think I was like, all right, kitty girl, like you gotta snap this thing together. Then somehow we work our way to the back seat. Yeah. Like I said, my first kiss was a little
Rubicons are so spacious, aren't they?
It was incredibly spacious. So we're like making out, and all of a sudden my phone rings, and California Girls is blasting, and the part of California Girls that my ringtone was "We Freak."
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
I look down, and it is my dad calling.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, for the love of God. So, a normal person would probably just like be like, okay, like it's probably time we stop, like need to go home, whatever. I, the good daughter that I am, answer the phone call.
Hey, Pops.
And my dad is like, Katie, where are you? Because it must have been late. I don't know. And I just go, oh, I'm on a hill. And my dad was like, come home immediately. So after that, had to climb back into the front seat. Went home. That was my first kiss.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you. It was honestly art.
Have you ever had has it ever been like awkward whenever someone's like, well, first off, have you ever initiated a first kiss?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, is that like,
no, I love that. I just didn't know. I felt like, I had assumptions.
I mean, oh, you thought that I have never initiated?
I don't know.
I'm a fire sign. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm an airbender.
She's a go-getter.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. I mean,
have you ever had like an awkward moment where, because like someone didn't really know what was going down, but like someone was trying to do the 90 to 10 or whatever the heck? Has that ever been a thing?
What is the 90 to 10?
I think on that movie Hitch, remember where he was like, you have to go 90, she has to go 10. As far as like leaning in.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like in my sober state of mind, I don't think I've really ever had an awkward kiss.
Right.
I'm sure in my drunk state I have, but I think that when I was younger, I used to like count like how people count how many people they've slept with. I used to try to be like, okay, I've kissed 7 boys, and then there came a point where I was like, all right, the limit does not exist. We cannot be tracking this metric any longer. So I'm sure like if I had to sit down, like gun to my head and list every person that I've kissed, like this sounds bad, but I'm sure most people relate. Like I'm not
sure really either.
Like that's just not something I'm about to do, something I can do. But I don't really think I've ever had I mean, it's, like I said, sober state, I've never had a awkward kiss, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Hmm.
Maybe like kissing like a I mean, like it wasn't awkward kisses, like they were good, but like kissing a friend for the first time, like a guy
Right.
friend, and you're kind of like breaking that boundary. I feel like that's maybe,
A little bit awkward.
yeah, because you're kind of like, well, we're friends,
Right.
but we're gonna go there. So maybe that's weird, but it's not like they were like awkward kisses where I'm like, oh, that is so, oh my God, actually, this isn't an awkward kiss, but a bad kiss that just popped to mind. So this guy, this was my freshman year at ASU, and we're in some person's dorm. This was a group of people that I wasn't really friends with, but I think that one of my friends was friends with. And for some reason, we were all sleeping in this person's dorm on the floor. I don't really know why, but this guy kissed me and he like stuck his tongue in my mouth, and I'm like, I hate when people protrude their tongue
Too
in your
fast
mouth.
too.
Like, well, and it's like, it's whenever people do it, it's not like it's like a little like rolled up little like pokey poke, you know? It's like you're shoving a full
I
spatula
know.
in someone's mouth. Like, I don't know, like it rips
It's
my
like
mouth apart, and I'm like, it's just unnecessary. But this man did that, and then the like, oh my God, this makes me actually want to vomit. The texture of his
Ew.
tongue felt like he had like a dirty, ripped up, gross tongue. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. So he shoves it in there, and then I'm like, please get your tongue out of my mouth because like you've got dental hygiene
Right.
problems. And I I just like, it was so like grainy is almost like, it was disgusting. And I just remember laying on the ground of this dorm room and being like, this person's tongue is gross. Get this tongue out of my mouth. I want to go home. I do not want to be kissing this person. And just like the bad breath, like ripped up tongue situation, very bad.
Yikes.
Tell me what
So
popped
not
into
to try to
yours.
top your like disgusting tongue situation,
Please top it. You're the most pure. You can also be the
but
most
I have
disgusting.
gotten a bloody nose on 2 different people.
You got the
Yeah.
bloody nose. Oh, that's mortifying.
It is mortifying. I was because it's just like you don't know what's going on, really, you know, and then you're just like, oh, where are the
Oh.
tissues? Where are the tissues?
Oh
Literally,
my God.
I have
that is
bloody nose on 2 different people in my life.
like, is it because you like
I
bump
just have
heads
like
and your
I
nose?
have the worst nose ever. Like I sneeze, especially in the winter. If I sneeze, I'll get a bloody nose. If I like wash my face,
Oh
bloody
my
nose.
God. Wow.
So
That's
it's not like I
mortifying.
like got hit. It's just like she's ready to sound off at any moment.
Dear God.
So
That's,
yeah, I
am
think
so
the first
sorry.
time is definitely mortifying. The second time I was like, you'll be fine. Like
Yeah.
I just am
Oh my
I'm like
God.
kind of over it. But isn't
Yeah,
that
I
crazy?
guess.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, but like, how do you rebound from that? Are you like, let's just get a tissue and keep going?
You
Or
grab
like,
a tissue, you twist it up nice and tight, you shove it up your nose, and then you just come back for round 2.
you're like, now let's circle back.
Okay, so where were we?
Oh my God. That is, wow. I don't know how I could
I know,
come
I
back
completely
from
forgot
that.
about that until now.
Ooh, I'm embarrassed for
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it really does humble you in the moment,
Honestly.
but I think it's funny. It was worth the experience.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Would recommend being mortified for a hot second there.
Honestly, in the end, it creates
Just
content.
imagine, seriously, just imagine like opening your eyes and seeing your own blood all over somebody.
Oh, I would be really fucking terrified.
It's the worst.
Yeah, that's a large fear with like, you know, having your period and you're sleeping with someone. Thank God has never happened to me, but like,
Yeah.
terrified. Ooh. So yeah, all over their face
So
too.
I
Oh my god.
basically got my period on somebody.
We love that
Thank
for
you.
you. Honestly, it just means you're fertile.
She's a fertile girl over here.
She's
Fertile
fertile,
Myrtle.
Myrtle. All right. Well, I think this was a fun
I
little
like story
episode.
time.
I love story time. I've got a lot of stories and I know you've been holding some back. So we should definitely do
Totally
more
agree.
of these in the future. Anyways, as always, please follow us on Instagram at allegedly Katie Dakota. You can follow Dakota at Dakota Etheridge for shirtless pics of his friends, and him just being the fiercest MFer I have ever seen. And you can follow me at kt.hen for pictures of myself and my nephew, because that's all we
Shout
do
out
here.
to our nephews.
Shout out to our nephews. We love our
Mhm.
nephews. All right. That sums this one up. I will talk to you all
Peace
later.
be with you.
And also with you.